Hi, this is Rick Smith with HowToSellYourVideos.com. I'm here today with Jan Crittenden from Panasonic, and she's going to tell us about
a new little camera. This is called the AG-AC90. It's going to start delivering in October, but I'm pretty excited about it. List price on this camera is like $22.50, but it packs a barrel full of features. First off is this cute little flip-up screen. It's a nice wide screen for 16:9 production, and of course I can set it through just various display modes. Oops, went past the one I wanted. There we go. So it gives you lots of details about what's going on in your camera. It has a whole set of user buttons, but the primary technology that drives this little camera, I think, is what's really worth talking about, because for its price tag, it makes pictures like you wouldn't expect. Cameras that cost thousands of dollars more kind of pictures. So it gives you like about 1,000 lines of resolution, and that's due to a process that they're using on the chipsets. The chip is a new backside illumination chipset. If you go over to Wikipedia, look that up, you'll get a nice little education. But they're using backside illumination MOS imagers. There's 3 of them in here. And then they do a spatial offset of the green against the red and blue. So now it jumps to a 4K resolution, and then they bring that back down to 1920 by 1080. So that's what's getting us the high resolution on the recorded image. Now on top of that, because of the backside illumination, I'm able to get a lot better low light performance and better colorimetry. So we shot a color chart with this thing, and I was really quite stunned that it tracked into the vectors much like a much more expensive camera you would expect. It does have 3 rings on it, one for focus, zoom, and iris. And certainly I think the real magic in this camera is the optical image stabilizer. So I've got a button here so I can just throw in the OIS, or I can switch down here for what they call intelligent auto. Intelligent auto will auto focus, auto iris, auto white balance, auto stabilization. But the stabilization is really the key feature here. It has 5 axes that it watches over. So it is probably the smoothest stabilization I've ever witnessed on a handheld camera. I walked it around a hotel the other day, and it felt like I was on a little stabilizer, you know, like a Steadicam or a SteadyPod, something like that.
I'm guessing with that a market for this definitely is going to be like wedding videographers, any run and gun news kind of thing.
Absolutely. Run and gun news, videography of any sort, any event videography. I think a lot of schools where they have programs, beginning students coming in, I think a lot of the features that are in this camera will help overcome a lot of the things that really throw new kids out of whack, you know, and now their story is screwed up because it's out of focus or it's shaky video. I think that this will help those young creators have a more successful first or second time out. But yeah, and the price tag can't be beat.
It's incredible at that price. I mean, all those features, just the fact that you have control of focus and exposure and everything up here, that like a real serious camera, real camera.
Yeah. And it also has a 5.1 surround if I want to do that, or I can switch this to a zooming microphone, or I can go to stereo and it will also record to Dolby Digital. But if I go to stereo and I switch it over to LPCM, I can do uncompressed audio and use one of the capsules up here for one channel. And of course over here I've got the XLR inputs. Underneath the little hidden door here I've got a 48 phantom power, so I can use a phantom powered microphone. And I got all kinds of controls over here. So audio controls on one side, and then underneath the secret door, I love the way that these hinges, they sort of open and close and they snap close. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And the, audio controls are over here.
They're covered so you can't accidentally change. You can't accidentally bump your volume.
So, and your source of input is under the control there. That clicks closed. This little switch here goes between playback mode and camera mode. And then underneath here I've got headphones, I've got camera remote so I can control remotely both iris and focus as well as zoom stop start.
Would that be any controller like that, not a proprietary?
You know, any of them that have talked to a Panasonic camera before, same protocol.
What does it record to?
It records to SD cards. And right here, this slips out. And I can record to both SD cards at the same time, so I have a backup recording in the camera. I can set it up so that all my...
One and go to the other?
Yeah, it'll go from one to the other, but there will be about a second break between the two. So I think either record simultaneously, or I can set it up so that one card records all of my video and the other card records my still images.
What's the data rate? Is that variable?
It goes up to 28 megabits per second in 1080p 60, or in a standard 1080p 60, 1080 60i is 24 at the top end and sliding scaled in there. But it'll also do an SD standard def recording at 480, and that'll record to the SD card, obviously. So somebody that has gotten themselves an older computer, they can still buy into the camera, and then as they graduate to another level of computer, they can go to a high def reality.
That's an amazing amount of camera for that much money. Now, what's the model again?
This is the AG-AC90. It will start delivery at the end of October.
I want one. I'm sold.
Excellent. Great.
Thank you very much.
Let me write that up for you.
Okay. Okay, this is Rick from, we're here at DV Expo. Thank you, Jan.
You're welcome.
Great.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Okay.